which is being fixed at this end, I believe. Sarge, talk to us a little bit. Sounds like that's effects that's coming up. Somebody talk to us from the studio?
Sarge, you there? That's better.
That's better, thank you.
In other news, they switched sidelines today, Scott, because they believe that Indiana switched sides.
I know. Yeah, because I knew what Fitzgerald was like. I never seen the Indiana.
Our country and to celebrate the freedom we hold so
So now I got to find Indiana. I mean, I found him.
we invite you to share
He usually has a board like this with
How many?
2 sets of glasses on.
Sometimes they all dress the same. It's so hard to find.
How many?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah, this is Rob.
A pair of head coaches and programs that know one another very well coming into a very key game in Big Ten play today. And considering what's going on in this area, maybe catching a little mojo from the north side of Chicago, which is just a stone's throw away. Big Ten football presented by the United States Marine Corps today at Ryan Field in Evanston, Illinois. It's the Wildcats of Northwestern against the Hoosiers of Indiana. Hi everyone, alongside Jay Lehman, Scott Graham, glad to be here with you. And we've got what turns out to be a very pivotal game for 2, 3, and 3 teams.
Yeah, if you're Northwestern, you finally found an offense the last 2 games, 38 points and 54 points respectively in 2 victories. And if you're Indiana, you played some tough competition the last 2 weeks at Ohio State and at home against Nebraska. You've lost, but you've been competitive. This game's key for the second half of the season for both teams.
You've got a Northwestern team that has found itself offensively because they have two of the great playmakers inside the Big Ten.
Yeah, Justin Jackson, as good as back as you'll find in the Big Ten, very durable. And Austin Carr not only can catch the big balls, but can catch a lot of TDs as well. It doesn't matter if it's by land or by air, the Northwestern Wildcats just don't care. They can run, they can pass, and it goes through Justin Jackson and Austin Carr.
On the other side, you've got an Indiana team that has found itself defensively one of the most improved units in America.
Yeah, they're getting pressure on the quarterback. They're consistently stopping the run, something the Hoosier defense hasn't done in a very long time. And most importantly, they're getting turnovers at key opportune times that give them a chance to be competitive in games down the stretch.
So as the Wildcats take the field here at Ryan Field, they can do it with a lot of confidence because they have won the last 7 matchups between these two teams at this stadium. More coming up in just a moment as we get you ready for Indiana and Northwestern. Football on BTN is presented by the United States Marine Corps.
And now to our America. Please rise and remove your hats. And we invite all veterans to salute the national anthem, sung today by special guest soloist and Chicago's own Wayne Mesmer.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets
Football on BTN is presented by the United States Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines. A perfect Saturday for homecoming here in Evanston, Illinois, as we get ready for Indiana and Northwestern this afternoon. Let's take a look now at the Bank of America keys to the game today.
If you're Northwestern, you got to protect your quarterback, Clayton Thorson. They've given up 17 sacks this season. Been much better the past 2 games in protecting them, and the offensive output has been phenomenal, 38 and 54 points respectively. And for Indiana, they got to execute in critical situations. Too many turnovers in the red zone, not executing on 3rd down. Turning the ball over in key situations of the game has really shot the Hoosiers in the foot. They've got to be better in those situations.
Each of these teams feels like they may be peaking mid-season as they come into this one, but Northwestern has won 8 of the last 9 meetings, and 7 of the last 9 have been decided by 7 points or less. Indiana Northwestern coming up next. I got you.
I got you, Mike.
Whoa.
Is that loud or what?
Yeah, you were way hot.
Hello.
That's better. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Dick, how are you?
I'm good. Is this Scott?
Good to have you, Dick.
Jay, how are
Jay
you?
Lehman, doing well. Thank you.
Excellent. Let's
Great to have you.
let's hope we don't have anything. But if we do, and you feel you want to have a little discussion, don't hesitate.
Oh, I'd always defer to you. I think you know the rules a lot better than me.
Well,
there you go.
Ask a question or two. That's always good for them. But don't get everything in.
Okay.
Great. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Yep.
Now back at Ryan Field here in Evanston, Illinois, getting you ready for Indiana and Northwestern today. And what is a tremendous day for football. You start taking a look at where things stand inside the two divisions. Indiana obviously having to deal with Michigan and Ohio State up at the top, and right now a couple of games behind. Northwestern really in a lot of ways kind of right there.
Yeah, right in position. With the way they started, an 0-2 start, losing to Western Michigan and an Illinois State, to be at 3-3 and 2-1 in the conference, pretty good thing.
Pat Fitzgerald now in his 11th season as the head coach here at Northwestern, and 73 career wins. He's a guy with a lot of fire in the way he approaches things, and has really kind of turned that up a notch over the last several weeks. Kevin Wilson now in his 6th year as the head coach at Indiana. Happy to see his defense make the turn that it has, and hopes that the offense, which has been very good for them over the years, kind of catches up.
Yeah, it's been a flip-flop situation where the defense has led the team thus far this year, and they're looking now for the offense to pick up where they were for the first 5 years.
And of course, our rules analyst Dick Oenig is standing by, and he will get us updated on any questions that arise during the course of the game. We'll be checking in with him should the need arise during the course of this afternoon's game. Hoosiers are kicking it off. Northwestern gets the football first, and we are underway. And the return from the 6-yard line. A little bit of room. And getting it through the middle is Solomon Ball, who had a big kick return for touchdown last week. Gets it out to the 29-yard line, and that is where Northwestern will begin. So our Auto Owners Insurance impact players with Northwestern on offense.
Yeah, Austin Carr is Clayton Dorsey's favorite target, 8 TDs thus far. Justin Jackson, durable, leads the Big Ten in rushing. Watch out for T. Gray Scales, much improved linebacker for the Hoosiers, who plays behind the line of scrimmage.
Out of a 4 wide receiver set. Run us to the outside, and it's Justin Jackson, who had a lot of touches last week. He's going to get it out near the 35-yard line for a pickup of 5 yards on first down. Leads the Big Ten in rushing yards and yards per game coming into this one. Thorson, a quick snap in a rolling pocket. Nearly picked off. He was trying to get it outside to Scanlon. The ball knocked away and nearly intercepted.
Yeah, Clayton Dorsey, you look at his numbers. 58% completion percentage, 1,400 yards. TD interception ratio improved greatly over the last 2 weeks because he's been protected. Had a rough start to the game last week, but they came back and completed 19 out of 20 balls against Michigan State.
That's the guy to keep an eye on, Austin Carr. 3rd down and 5. They got to make it to the 40. Blitz coming. And it's picked up. Got some time, and he's got a first down. Guess who? Carr shoveled out of bounds at the 47-yard line. And they'll move the sticks.
They love to line up Austin Carr on the inside to get a matchup, and right there, just a little pick route that opened up Carr enough to get the first down.
Marcus Oliver, the linebacker, forced to pick him up across the middle and couldn't stay with him. It's now on first down. Thorson in a comfortable pocket, but bounced that right off the shoulder pad. Throw just a little bit behind of Bennett Skoranek. So Skoranek can't come up with the catch, 2nd down.
And Thorson, if he could have that one back, would take a little mustard off that ball. That was a short pass. Very, very hot to handle.
And back to the ground they go. Jackson turning a corner with a block out in front of him, diving ahead. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down.
So we see right now Northwestern in the run game attacking the edges of the defense. You see Brad North pull around and made Marcus Oliver stop his feet and sprung Jackson to the edge.
Marcelino Ball, the true freshman, did a good job of trying to shed a block and kept him from the first down. So third down and short. Back to the ground, pushing the pile. It's going to depend on the spot of the football. It looks like Jackson might have been caught just a tad short, but the spot looks like it is going to give him the first down at the 43. And he'll get it.
So right away, usually Indiana's known as the tempo team, but right away we see the Wildcats coming out in tempo. Looks like they got the Hoosiers a little bit unbalanced and feeding to their workhorse, Justin Jackson.
Evan Wilson's team trying to adjust defensively here. 4 down linemen. Bunched receivers up toward the top of the screen. That's where Thorson's looking and throwing complete. Flynn Nagel had 5 catches last week. That's his first here this afternoon. And he'll get him down to the 35 for a pickup of about 8.
You see they're going to tempo right now. Flynn Nagel, one of the guys that Coach Pat Fitzgerald said needs to get more credit. He's played really well, quietly done well in special teams and offense.
Jackson in some trouble. Sheds a tackle and he'll have first down yardage down near the 30. A pickup of nearly 5 yards on the play, and Northwestern is rolling here on this opening drive.
So why is Justin Jackson so effective? He always falls forward when he's getting tackled. You cannot arm tackle Justin Jackson. He got some jersey, kept his legs moving, picked up the first down. Look for him to take a shot here in the empty set.
5 wide receivers to choose from. Moten now goes back into the backfield. And on play action, coming back near side, a low throw and a pretty catch by Nagel to haul it in at the 26. They got 4 on the play. They are not allowing Indiana any opportunity to substitute anybody in as they come right back to the line of scrimmage. All about tempo and pace now here on this opening drive for Northwestern. Thorson looking back near side again, and once again, wide open is Nagel.
I think the deep out route is a ball that Clayton Thorson throws better than anybody in the Big Ten. It's a timing route. It's right on the money. Flynn Nagel gets a foot in bounds. He throws that ball to perfection. Did it against last week against Michigan State. Did it right there.
Once again, an empty set and 5 wide receivers to choose from on first down from the 17. Northwestern into the red zone. Blitz coming again. This time they don't pick it up, but Thorson is there, and he's got the touchdown. Solomon Balt up on top from 17 yards away. They beat the blitz to the other side, and Northwestern is on top quickly.
Yeah, Thorson had vault on the freshman Marcelino Ball. And he knew where he wanted to go the whole time. Stood in there despite the pressure and put it right in the window, right ahead of ball and before the safety could get there for the touchdown pass. Almost flawless drive for the Wildcats to open up the game.
It really was. And now Mitchell on to attempt the extra point. And it is good. So just a little bit more than 3 minutes into the game, Solomon Balt with his second touchdown catch of the year. And the Wildcats march straight down to pump it into the end zone for an early 7-0 lead. That's fine.
10-9-8-7-6-5-4-3. Yep. Yeah, I think Marcelino Balt. Yeah, Marcelino stumbles. That's about it. That's all I see. He knows where he's going the whole time. He's got him manned up. You can circle Vault and Marcelino if you want. Yep. He'll stumble on it. I like the spot shadow, actually. I think it looks better. Yeah, I think that looks good. I'll say, listen, they got Marcelino Ball manned up on Solomon Volt. They're bringing pressure. He knows he's got to get rid of the ball quick.
Clayton Thorson, a hot 5 out of 7 on the drive, and an opening drive for a score that went 11 plays and ended with this.
He knows exactly where he's going. He's got Marcelino Ball highlighted right there, one-on-one on Solomon Volt. You'll see Ball's going to stumble off of the break. It gives Volt a step. The ball's in the hole between Ball and the safety. Touchdown, Northwestern.
And Thorson was doing that with a blitz bearing down on him. He had to get rid of that ball very quickly. But the Cooper Tire scoring drive, 11 plays to go the 70 yards in less than 3.5 minutes. Just a picture of offensive efficiency on the opening drive. So now Indiana will get its first turn. And on a short kick, an opportunity for a return to the outside. Up across the 30 and out near the 35-yard line. The Auto Owners Insurance impact players now as Indiana comes out offensively.
Yeah, they want to run the football, okay? And you run the football with great offensive linemen. Dan Feeney back from injury, missed 4 games with a concussion. He's playing today. Mitchell Page is a guy that leads them in receptions, had over 100 yards receiving against Nebraska. And watch out for Ifeadi Odenigbo. The defensive end is a sack master. You can't block him one-on-one.
They only gave Devontae Williams progress to the 33 on that kick return. So on first down, running it to the outside, Divine Redding. He has been the bread truck running back and pick up a 3 on first down.
You think about Richard Lego. You think big size, big arm, completes about 60% of his balls. He's got 12 TDs and a lot of yards, but hasn't executed the red zone. Has had a lot of turnovers at inopportune times. That's really hurt the Hoosier team and put them in bad situations. If he can take care of the football, they have a chance to be a dynamic offense.
Saw Indiana come to the set and then switch things up. Lego with a pump fake and a throw down the sideline, a little bit too tall for his intended receiver, Nick Westbrook. And it falls incomplete.
Richard Lego's going to want that ball back. We talked to Kevin Wilson, the head coach, about why does Richard Lego seem, when he misses, he seems to overthrow guys. He said it's actually in his feet. Now, his feet were set there, but Westbrook was waiting wide open. He even put a little too much air on that ball, obviously, and overshot him.
Once again, this is what Mike Hankwitz, the defensive coordinator, told us. Indiana will come to the line, then they'll take a peek, and they will reset what it is they're trying to do as they get the signal now coming in from the sideline for Lego on 3rd down and 7. Got to get it out to the 43-yard line to move the sticks. And swinging out of the backfield is Redding, but he is picked up immediately, nowhere to go. Igwebuike made the tackle, and the punting unit will come on for Indiana.
Godwin Igwebuike is a good player. Watch him attack Divine Redding. Doesn't let Redding go to the sideline, then leads with the shoulder, runs his feet, textbook tackle. Godwin Igwebuike, one of the better defensive players, was challenged by the coaching staff after the Michigan State game after giving up some big plays, responding early in this game.
Well, Joseph Gideon will punt it away. Standing back on his own 20-yard line is Flynn Nagel, one of the top punt return men in the Big Ten. Line drive kick, this should be returnable. Nagel, right through the middle, made the first man miss, but good special teams coverage by the Hoosiers, drops him at the 25. Well, on this day where the north side of Chicago, the Cubs are trying to do something they haven't done in a long time, trying to fly the W's right here at Northwestern.
Oh my God! What? How? How? It's not possible!
Wildcat Avenue. That's exactly what the field looked like in the first drive for Northwestern as they moved deftly and quickly downfield behind Clayton Thorson.
And look at the difference from the first 4 games to the last 2, and it's all about protecting the quarterback. When the quarterback has time and isn't on his back, wow, his TD interception ratio gets better, his completion interception ratio gets better. Clayton Thorson playing his best football of late.
Responsible for 4 touchdowns in each of the last 2 games, 3 passing and 1 running. They come out on first down and right back to the ground to start off this drive. Justin Jackson falls forward out to about the 28.
We'll look for them to keep the tempo high. After you get 1 score early, you get a quick stop. It's time to keep the tempo going while you have the Hoosiers on their heels.
Empty backfield on 2nd down and 6. Thorson still with time, fires a bullet, but it's incomplete. Off the hands of his intended receiver, Austin Carr, out across the 40.
A lot of times they line up Austin Carr at the number 3 receiver. That's third from the sideline. He had the matchup he won on Marcus Oliver, but Crawford, the safety, came to help and broke it up.
Sophomore out of Largo, Florida. He is a key part of that defensive backfield. They try to dig in now on 3rd down and 6. Here comes the rush. And Thorson throwing complete to Carr for a first down. Once again, ball couldn't quite hang with him out at the 39-yard line, and Northwestern moves the sticks again.
Again, lined up in the slot at the number 3 receiver position. And this is the deep out route we're talking about from the opposite hash. Not many college quarterbacks have the arm strength to make this throw, and he makes it in stride. One of their favorite route combinations, and they do it very well.
Ball really struggled in coverage there, and now a huge lane to run to. To the outside, inside the 40, and down inside the 35-yard line. Justin Jackson with a 27-yard pickup.
Wasn't touched for 15, 20 yards downfield. Great blocking up front. You see the center right there, Brad North, a great pulling center, and then an up to Justin Jackson. Not great straight line speed, but great side-to-side shiftiness. More quick than fast.
Justin Jackson has 17 career 100-plus yard games, and he's on his way early here in the first. Throw downfield for Carr. That's too easy for a touchdown. 34 yards. And Northwestern is struck again.
Well, in talking to offensive coordinator Mitt McCall, he said we line them up in the slot, Austin Carr that is, to get the matchup we want. Again, lined up on a linebacker, Marcus Oliver, a good player, but he's not designed to cover Austin Carr. And you can see that's a touchdown reception in 6 straight games for a guy that has been explosive, not just for Northwestern, in the Big Ten.
He had shared that record with Teddy Johnson from 2005 games in a row. Now it's 6. And the extra point is up, and it's good. What a quick start for the home team, less than halfway through the first quarter, and a 14-point lead.
Austin Carr made it happen. He's the player. You got to watch out. He's manned up on the linebacker here and makes Marcus Oliver and the Hoosiers pay 14-0 Cats.
The leading receiver in the Big Ten, who has made his presence felt all year long, has already made a significant impact in this game, and he is the guy they look to when Northwestern needs the big play. Carr with 3 catches, 56 yards, and that touchdown, and has now put his team up by 14 here early.
I mean, the tempo has totally thrown the Hoosiers for a loop. You look at what Northwestern's done the first 15 plays, 5 rushed for 51 yards, 10 passes for 96 yards. They basically had their way. Whatever they wanted to do, it's looked like it's worked.
The head coach is never really truly happy, but I've got to imagine. And right now, Pat Fitzgerald could not be happier with the start that this team has come up with.
Well, last week they started really slow, down 14-0 to Michigan State, then came back and put up 54 points. So still early in the football game.
It's very early, and once again, Devontae Williams going to get an opportunity for a return from his own 6. To the middle. Flag comes out late as he's taken down just shy of the 30-yard line. We'll have to see about the penalty marker that's thrown inside the 15.
Usually in the spot of a hold or a block in the back. Special teams fouls are tough because they're spot fouls.
There's no foul for blocking the block, back, block. The question was legal. First down.
So there is no penalty for the block in the back. And that 23-yard return will stand as Indiana will take over from the 29.
So we'll take a look at it right here.
Yeah.
You can see it looked like he was actually going down to make the tackle. There was no actual push in the back. Therefore, they picked up the laundry.
You're Indiana right now. What do you have to do to get this game back under control?
Well, you have to start moving the football in the chains. Got to give your defense some time to rest. Defense been on the field almost the whole time other than 3 plays.
Lego throwing outside behind his intended receiver. Not a whole lot of room there for Luke Timian.
Again, Richard Lego throws the ball behind his receivers or above his receivers when he's missing. He had his guy matched up on Joe Gaziano, and Gaziano's not going to cover Luke Timian if it's on target.
Back to the ground and nowhere to go for Divine Redding. Is going to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe that's about it. Third down coming up as we go back to Mike Hall for a T-Mobile Studio update.
Watch Richard Lego here have to get the ball out quick if the Wildcats bring pressure. Lego has not done the best against pressure this season.
They're overloading that left side of the defensive front. They're coming after him, and Lego goes back the other way. Little wheel route and almost a completion, but just off the fingertips. Once again, of his intended receiver, that time looking for Mitchell Page.
It's the best ball Richard Lego's thrown all day. You can't throw that ball any better. In the breadbasket of Mitchell Page. Mitchell Page usually very, very sure-handed, and he's got pressure coming, stands in the pocket right over the defender's head. Maybe overshoots him a tad, but usually that's a play Mitchell Page will make.
The Indiana offensive unit unable to stop the bleeding once again. They have yet to get a first down here in the first quarter, and their defense is going to be back at work momentarily. Gideon gets the punt away. And Nagel all the way back to his own 15-yard line. That might have been a block in the back. Yep, flags everywhere as Nagel finds the open route on the left sideline, but I think that was coming back.
An obvious block in the back right where Nagel was. Looked like Jared McGee pushed somebody in the back, number 41, right around the 20-yard line.
Was a 20-yard punt return for Nagel, but that one looks like it's going to be erased.
During the return, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 88. Half the distance to the goal line, first down.
Let's take a look at it. Yeah. Ben Skoranek right there, blocked in the back. Was not Jared McGee. Right there you see Ben Skoranek. Yep. And he also got another defender diving in front of him. I don't know. That guy had no chance of actually making the tackle, but it did look pretty cool.
We're starting field position now for Northwestern from their own 10-yard line, but we're only halfway through the first quarter. And they're already sitting on a 14-point lead. Back to the ground, and this time the run is well strung out. It's going to be a loss on the play for Justin Jackson. Great job of sliding straight down the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and if you're Indiana's defense and Northwestern wants to pull 3 offensive linemen, including the center, and they're going to attack you horizontally, you got to get downfield and attack those blockers, push them back to get the tackle for loss like they did.
Hoosiers really struggling, it appears, to get into a defensive set right now. And actually, Thorson did them a bit of a favor by switching it up at the line. They weren't set at all on the 3 receivers up on top. And now whistles blow. And it was a timeout.
First charge, timeout a half. Indiana. Full timeout.
So Kevin Wilson trying to get his team on the right page here in the first quarter. Big Ten fans, BTN To Go is now fully customizable for your favorite team. Check out all the new features of the app, watch live games, get daily exclusive video from BTN, as well as fresh, real-time social content about your school, stories from BTN.com, and much more. Update yours or download the app today. Available in the App Store and on Google Play. Last two games, Northwestern has been marvelous offensively. 46% on third down conversions. They're 3 for 3 today.
Points, they're balanced, run and pass, converting in crucial situations, been hard to stop.
On a second down and 12, Thorson nowhere to go. Got himself a couple of yards back to the original line of scrimmage at the 10, but they're going to have a third down and long coming up.
Tackled by Mike Barwick. Getting 2 on the play, third and 10.
Indiana's defense was all over that. A little bit of a slow developing play, just the quarterback sweep to the left. Thorson, an underrated runner, had a rushing touchdown last week in the red zone against Michigan State, and now will be tested on his really first third and long of the day.
See if Indiana has the ability to bring any pressure in this situation. It's just a three-man rush, but Thorson chased out of the pocket, trying to buy a little extra time, and he floats it out of bounds, throwing it away. Northwestern will be forced to punt for the first time today.
It's a good play by Clayton Thorson. Absolutely no one was open. Rather than force the ball, create a turnover, give momentum to the Indiana Hoosiers, he throws the ball away, puts it in the hands of his defense, which has been dominant thus far.
Robert McCray made a great move to the inside that forced him out of the pocket, even though they only had a three-man rush on the play.
You saw Thorson shaking off his hand a bit. You wonder if it came down on a helmet or something.
Hunter Nicewander is going to get rid of this from right about the goal line. Not a bad kick. And a fair catch called for and taken. Just on this side of the 50-yard line by Mitchell Page, but that's going to be good field position for Indiana as they'll start at their own 47.
Yeah, the best field position of the day, and for Kevin Wilson, who's an offensive genius, great play caller. How do you get the run game going? You got Dan Feeney back, your All-American guard. How can you utilize him to open up some holes, get Divine Redding in the open field? It's good to have a guy like Dan Feeney back, not just because of his production, but the leadership as well. Physical presence, drives, blocks, pass blocks. He finishes plays, and he is really the attitude of the offense. And so when you lose the attitude, you lose a little bit of that pop.
That's a one-man bulldozer right there. Now a wide open look on the near side for Ricky Jones, and that's going to be the first down of the day for Indiana to pick up a 16.
Yeah, the quarterback Alonzo Mayo filling in for Trey Williams today, getting the start instead of Williams. And Mayo got a little bit lost on that play. Just lost sight of Williams. Williams is wide open waiting for the pass.
They go to the hurry up now. Lego, all kinds of time to throw, finds the open man, and that's going to be close to a first down again for Nick Westbrook.
So now they tempo it. Nick Westbrook did about 2 stop and stutters. That was a long developing route. They let Lego roll out to his right, easier to throw for a right-handed quarterback to his right, and made the play against Hardage.
Out of the hurry up once again, coming back to the near side, and Page with a blocker in front of him. Inside the 20, that's going to be another first down. We get it down to the 15-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and they are moving right now.
Sometimes when you're struggling, if you get that first play that sets up your tempo for the rest of your offense, you can get in a rhythm.
They are not messing around. Right back to the line of scrimmage once again, and Mike Majette gets bottled up after a pickup of maybe 2 down to the 13.
Looks like Alonzo Mayo's a little bit shaken up on the play.
Redshirt freshman out of Baltimore who got the start today over Trey Williams at the cornerback spot. Up pretty quickly and off under his own power to the sideline.
He came back with the run there after 3 successful passes when you're Kevin Wilson. One thing you got to love about Anthony Walker has great patience to make the tackle. Man, look at some of those boards right there. I like the Ghostbuster symbol, the Tommy Boy.
That's good.
Batman.
Yep.
When can they put Scott Graham's face on one of those?
Let's hope they don't.
The stop sign.
I'm going to need you to decipher those, by the way, before the day is over.
It's a totally different language. There's football, college football boards and hieroglyphics. They're about the same.
About the same. A second down and 8 from the 13. Lego. Little swing pass out to Redding. Inside cut, and he's got a first down inside the 5-yard line. All the way down to the 3 for a 10-yard pickup, and they are going to rush right back to the line of scrimmage now on 1st and goal.
Great job locating the matchups. Add Redding on Joseph Jones in space. I'll take that matchup any day if you're the Hoosiers.
Out of the shotgun. Lego to Redding. And Redding is bottled up. No gain on the play. Second down and goal now from just inside the 4.
And this is a very, very staunch run defense. We talked to head coach Pat Fitzgerald. He said, I don't know if we've ever gone into Iowa and played at Michigan State and held them to 71 rushing yards and 51 yards respectively. And when I say ever, I mean in the history of Northwestern football. So it's a run defense, a front 7 that's really playing as a unit.
Which could mean that Indiana's going to have to pass its way into the end zone here, even though they're in close inside the 5. Just one wide receiver, though. They got the big package in. Ian Thomas in for blocking purposes. Lego on play action. Trying to find an open man, and nobody there. He basically threw it away. Tyler Natee might have had an opportunity to catch the ball, but he was the only one.
It was a 2-man route. Tyler Natee and the receiver on the opposite side. Once they bottle up Natee, who's not a shifty guy, you just got to throw it away as Walker's bearing down on Lego. Good decision. He's forced that earlier in the season. It's led to picks in the red zone. This is a crucial 3rd down. And we talked about keys to the game, executing in crucial situations. One, you don't want a turnover, but number 2, you want to score a TD, and Kevin Wilson didn't like the look of that play.
No, and he was very unhappy that he had to come out and call a second timeout now here in this first quarter. Dissatisfied as they try to get back on the same page inside the red zone. Indiana only has one timeout left for the remainder of this half, but they were not anywhere near where they needed to be on a 3rd down and goal.
You can see Kevin Wilson is animated. Maybe the wrong personnel, the wrong formation, but he's upset about not being lined up on a critical 3rd down.
Lined up now out of the timeout, trying to continue and cap off a 7-play drive to this point. And now Northwestern didn't like what they saw, and they call for a timeout. This will show you just how big this play really is in the first quarter of this 14-point game. Now Kevin Wilson's team, since 2012, first in the Big Ten in passing yardage, second in total yardage, and 3rd in scoring. And right now, Richard Lego's got to get his team into the end zone as the Hoosiers try to get back in this one.
They love crossing routes in this area of the field, the Mitchell Page.
Lego, nobody to go to, and has to throw it away. That is all coverage in the secondary, and Lego had not an open receiver in the end zone.
He wanted Mitchell Page on the crossing route, but Mitchell Page is a slight build. He gets caught up. There's hands all over him. They're just double covering. You got Godwin on him as well. Godwin with Buque. No one's open, had to throw it away. They're going to have to settle for 3 points.
Playing your way back in, and as quickly as they move the ball down the field, that is not the way you want it to end this, but you got to get points. And Griffin Oaks will try a 21-yarder. Basically a little more than an extra point, and it is good. So that stops the bleeding for now. You figured out a way to get on the scoreboard, not into the end zone, but got to be some relief there for the Indiana Hoosiers, who are being blown out, and are now on the board in the first quarter. (14-3) now with 3:40 left to go here in what has been a very active first quarter. And Northwestern will be getting the football back once again after being stopped there last time. Indiana, they got points on the board, which is what they needed to do. They were unable to pay it off in the red zone.
Yeah, coming into the game, only 45% of the times they get into the red zone, they're actually able to get a touchdown. And there we saw it again, executing in critical situations. First of all, they had to burn a timeout because they're in the wrong formation or personnel grouping, and then everyone's covered, and they have to settle for a field goal. And the way Northwestern's been moving the ball, you'd think they need to score more than just a field goal to keep up with the high-octane Wildcat offense.
Northwestern started their last drive from deep in their own territory and were not able to get the first down. Solomon Vaughn will try to change that now on this return as he starts from his own 3. Good block to the outside and a great play on special teams to help cut him down. Let's go to Mike Hall now for a T-Mobile studio update. So Thorson gets his team back out on the field. They'll start from their own 21.
A lot of times when they line up in this formation, they're doing a run-pass option. Seeing where the defense lines up, they decide to pass.
Bubble screen right now, and there is Carr trying to get to the outside. Good job of squaring up his shoulders and moving forward to the 29-yard line.
So they had numbers. They looked and they said, okay, we got the advantage over there, and Andrew Scanlon picked up a good block, brought the defensive back onto his knees. You don't make many tackles onto his knees. Carr ran around the edge.
Play action, they're going right back to the well again, and this time it's going to be first down yardage. Cameron Green falling forward. It's only his second catch of the year, but it's good for a first down out to the 33.
Lots of tempo from the Wildcats. You've seen Clayton Thorson's been accurate. Haven't seen Justin Jackson yet this drive, but they love to mix him in. Wouldn't be surprised to see him get the rock here.
And he will, coming back to the near side with a blocker in front of him, dives ahead, out across the 38-yard line, and pick up a 4.
It's a very patient runner. He waited for Tommy Doles, his guard, to get out in front of him. And still a gain of 5. It doesn't look like much, but 5-yard gains. You're going to win football games if you run the ball for 5 yards. That's what Justin Jackson's been doing.
That's what he does, 4.9 a carry coming into the game. On second down, he'll take it left side this time. And this time, Indiana's not giving him a whole lot of room. Might have gotten a yard out to the 39-yard line, but it's, again, pretty good job of going straight down the line of scrimmage and staying with him.
Yeah, Marcus Oliver read that well, turned back the play, and then Chase Dutra came in and cleaned it up as well, along with Ashawn Riggins. Very active defense, played with a lot of juice, a lot of effort.
So third down, they need about 4. 3 for 4 on third down so far this afternoon, and Thorson's got a wide open receiver for first down yardage. Great job of staying on his feet by Justin Jackson, and he's down to the Indiana 45. 16 yards on the play and a Northwestern first down.
Blown coverage, got mixed up on the crossing route. Nobody had the back. You can see the hands, and then the hand down on the turf to keep his feet and get an extra 10 yards. Great balance from Justin Jackson.
His 15th catch of the year and the 10th first down here in the first quarter for Northwestern. On the 45, it's Moulton now. Turn of the corner, and that running game coming especially to this near side in the first quarter has been very efficient. That's going to be an 8-yard pickup.
No one is setting the edge as far as the defensive end goes for Indiana. The edge has been taken over by the Northwestern run game, and it's been open all day long for 5, 6, 7, 8-yard runs just like that one.
If you're able to do that, you just keep doing it until they stop it. Blitz coming from the top, and Moulton runs right through the vacated area for another first down out of the 33.
Yeah, if you're Indiana, everything you've done has not really worked thus far. They like to blitz, and when they blitz, they don't just blitz to hit the passer, they blitz to stop the run. And even the ones that have been stopping the run, as we just saw on that play, have not been sufficient to slow down the run game from Northwestern.
Rushing yards, 70 of them here in the first quarter. Right back to the well again, and Moulton this time has stood up as he tries to turn the corner on the left side.
Now this is what Northwestern will do, kind of lull you to sleep by having 3, 4, 5 yard, 3, 5 carries in a row, and then they'll take a shot downfield when you're not really waiting for it. And this would be a time where you could get a touchdown pass, only 32 yards out from the end zone. Looks like they might wait to the end of the quarter, though.
There's no reason to run the play right now with the play clock still yet to go. Tom Allen, defensive coordinator, has watched his team really turn a corner this year in terms of what they have allowed, and a vast improvement. But Northwestern kind of had their way on most of the drives in that first quarter, including scoring on the first 2. Early lead for the home team. We go to the second right now with the Wildcats on top by 11. Yes, yes. And especially when you need something immediate, make sure that that I hear you. you're going to hitch your wagon to a star in Chicagoland these days, I got to imagine the Cubs a pretty good way to go.
Yeah, it is a Cub fever, fly the W fever. If you've ever flown into O'Hare Airport as you have, you know that there's W's all over the place.
I walked down the hallway yesterday, and all it was the W flag that you see right there. Fly the W has become the rallying cry here, and Cubs later on tonight trying to do something that they not done as an organization since 1945. That's make it to the World Series. For now, though, football. And Northwestern is second down on this first play of the second quarter. Thorson up on top, wants it all. Touchdown. Straight post pattern to Wilson. And Northwestern is up 20-3.
What a route combination. He had Carr open on the deep corner route. He had Wilson dicing down the middle of the field. And you can just see, read the progression, not really picking before who he's going to throw to first. He saw Wilson running free up the middle of the field. And again, splits the coverage in Dutra, the safety. And you can see Wilson get down and inbounds. Clayton Thorson has been impressive. The best I've ever seen him play as a Wildcat.
That was an absolutely perfect throw with a touchdown pass on the first play of this second quarter. Capping off a 79-yard drive. The extra point is perfect, as has been most of the game so far for Northwestern.
Pretty flawless for the Wildcats. And Clayton Thorson has been as sharp as we've seen. He's been accurate with his passes. And you can see right here, he finishes the drive to Wilson and says, that's another touchdown. Boom. 21-3 Cats.
The first touchdown for Macon Wilson this year, a 21-3 lead for Northwestern. And their quarterback, Clayton Thorson, has thrown 3 touchdown passes in a little bit more than a quarter.
He's been on point. We knew he was improving the past 2 games against Iowa and Michigan State because he's been protected. He's been protected well today. And the 3 touchdown passes are the result.
And this one is going to be taken for a touchback by Devontae Williams. So Indiana, which failed to get into the end zone when they were down on a 1st and goal inside the 5, they got an opportunity to start out a drive. And Northwestern, comparing notes on the sidelines right now to how this is going, that's why you're smiling.
Yeah, I mean, Northwestern, you couldn't really dictate a better start to the game for the Wildcats. And if you're Indiana, this is an urgency time. I know it's early in the second quarter. The game is close to getting away from you with the way your defense has not been able to stop the offense. Look at Clayton Thorson's numbers. 154 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns. There's 14:51 left in the second quarter. It's a game for some quarterbacks.
The quarterback rating right now is 225.6. The other quarterback trying to find somebody to throw to, and you've got a flag on the play. I believe you've got an ineligible receiver downfield on that pass to Timmy.
Yeah, it looked like Brandon Knight was downfield illegally right in front of Timian, and Timian was across the line of scrimmage.
Was Brandon Knight the right tackle? And they're going to refuse it, I believe.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 62. That penalty's declined. Second down.
So the reason they called that is because the pass was beyond the line of scrimmage. If Timian was behind the line of scrimmage, that would be a screen play. You could have a lineman in front of him, and not so if it's actually a hitch route, which it was. That's why Brandon Knight was called for the penalty. It's all a moot point. As it's 2nd and 10, and the penalty was declined.
Now Richard Lego trying to find a way to get his team moving here. The only drive they've had, they operated with good field position, and they operated without a huddle. Going up on top, wide open receiver, errant throw, and that ball is intercepted. It's intercepted. Wow. That's an amazing play by Montre Hardage on a ball that was up for grabs, and it looked like he caught it while he was sitting on the seat of his pants.
Well, Richard Lego has him wide open. Throw the ball into the middle of the field. He throws it behind him. Hardage is beat, but stays on it, and then takes it off the chest of Timian with one hand. That's a BTN standout.
One hand on the receiver, one hand on the ball, and just flat picked his pocket.
It was actually a good adjustment by Luke Timian. A bad throw by Richard Lego. We talked about how he misses by underthrowing guys. There is grass for days if he leads him into the middle of the field. Bad ball lets Hardage get back in and get the interception.
Oh, that's a touchdown right there that was missed on the errant throw, and now Thorson on an option play is going to get another first down up the right side, out across the 45 for a pick of 16.
So we take another look by Montre Hardage. Doesn't give up on the play. He's beat, but the ball is poorly thrown. Timian tries to make a play on the ball, and the ball seems to rest a little bit on the chest, and Hardage is a thief. Takes the ball away for the interception. Heady play.
It is all Northwestern right now, and back to the ground they go. That's an opportunity to see if they can get a couple of carries from Moten. And he'll have good yardage once again, a pick of 5 to midfield. But this is also part, I would think, Jay, in talking to the coaching staff and talking to Mick McCall, they thought that they had to maybe dial back a couple of the touches for Justin Jackson.
Yeah, 39 touches against Michigan State last week. In a Big Ten Conference game, that's just too much. It's not sustainable, so it's good to see Moten get a couple carries to spell Jackson.
That said, Jackson right back in the backfield now. He's already got 57 yards on 9 carries. A little inside hand. That jet sweep, and you got flags all over the field. It's not a play. They blow it dead.
Yeah, it's going to be encroachment, obviously. The defensive lineman jumped, hit the lineman, so it's a dead ball. Offsides on Indiana, from what I could tell.
Which negates a great way to get Solomon involved out in space.
Offside. Defense with contact. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
You see right there the nose tackle. Looks like Big Ralph Green just jumped.
That 5-yard penalty is going to put them very close to it being a first down. And it is. So they'll move the sticks now, and that penalty will result in a Northwestern first down at the 45.
Seems like the entire game Northwestern has played on this side of the field. I mean, they're always inside the 50, marching towards scoring, and here they're at it again with a fresh set of downs.
Home team trying to throw an early knockout blow today, scoring on their first 2 possessions, scoring on the first play of this second quarter. It's got a long way to go to halftime, and they are once again in Indiana territory. Inside hand, and not a whole lot there for Justin Jackson. He ripped down on the play by Ralph Green, maybe got a yard. Second down coming up.
Yeah, just got beat up front was the Northwestern offensive line. Ralph Green got in there. Saw Patrick Doherty beat Eric Olson on the play. Not good blocking up front, something we haven't seen in a while. But on the other side, Indiana's defensive line has been playing above their talent level recently, playing hard, playing sound with great attitude and effort. Just not this morning.
Going back near side, and that's going to be good running room once again for Justin Jackson. The ball scored down inside the 37. Going to be about 1.5 yards shy of the first down with third down coming up.
I mean, the edge has been open all day. There's no one even forcing Justin Jackson back in. The center of the defense has been solid, but as far as the edges, they've been wide open for 8- and 9-yard gains. They've had their way.
Now the running back Jackson going to line up in a slot on third down and short. Now bounces back into the backfield. And it's his carry. Little nifty move in the backfield. That second effort got him close, but I believe still a 1/2 yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, that was all Justin Jackson. Not much blocking at all. Lots of defenders in the backfield. They were queued up with that. Linebackers attacking. It's going to be 4th and short.
Oh, they're going to go for it. You got all the momentum right now. You're playing at home. You've got an 18-point lead, and you got to pick up about 12 inches. They're 8 for 12 on fourth down conversions this year.
And if Thorson's under center, you got to think QB sneak. He's rarely under center.
They are going to hand it off, and it is going to be first down yardage, not by much, but enough for Justin Jackson down to the 34. I'll tell you what, you're Indiana right now. You're a defensive unit. You're getting tired.
Yeah, you've been on the field a lot. You see Jackson just churn his legs. Scales is there to make the stop. The first down's 15-4.
That's indicated by the score right now, too, as Northwestern is rolling here in this first half. Keeping it himself. Thorson trying to turn a corner. He's not going to be allowed to do that. Pretty good job of setting that edge by Ashawn Riggins, a true freshman out of Hamilton, Ohio.
Now, why do you run the quarterback on that play? You want to keep teams honest on that zone read. You got to show that you're actually going to let the quarterback pull it from the tailback and actually run it. Sets up a 2nd and 10, and after a couple run plays, you got Solomon Bottom, the number 3 receiver inside. Look for him or Macon Wilson, the other inside receiver, on a shot downfield.
Second down, the full 10. And Thorson, time to throw again, down the middle, and nearly got it picked off. That throw actually hit Jonathan Crawford right in the face mask. That bullet pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, Thorson telegraphed this ball. One of the few mistakes he made. Looks right where he's going. And Crawford reads the eye, steps in front of Volt, and that should be a pick. He couldn't do the old little Giants thing where it sticks in the face mask.
No, apparently not.
Bounced off.
That has to do with the inflation rate of the ball. We don't like to talk about that in America anymore.
No, that's gone.
Third down now at 10. Big rush coming. Thorson buying a little bit of extra time. And throwing downfield is incomplete. Good job in coverage out in the secondary by Richard Fent. He knocks it away, bringing up fourth down.
So hard to stay in coverage when the quarterback scrambles. You've got to lock on your receiver. They call it plaster. Now watch Richard Fent. He sees it's a scramble and gets his eyes back on Carr. Comes back, plays through the ball. Good play by Richard Fent. Hard to do when that's a 5, 6, 7 yard second play.
Especially on a receiver like Carr, who's very shifty about the way he gets open. Page probably not going to get an opportunity to return or even catch this punt. It is surrounded by purple jerseys down at the 5-yard line. So the field position game, once again working in Northwestern's favor. That little pooch punt gives it back to Indiana, but they are buried deep in their own end now with 10-17 left to go here in this first half.
Sports.com. Log on every week to learn about the tremendous accomplishments by
Here in the first half of this game, Clayton Thorson having great success taking shots downfield.
Yeah, one of the most improved quarterbacks in the Big Ten. Found Solomon Vault early, then came back. Austin Carr streaking down the middle of the field. His third touchdown, split the defenders to Macon Wilson. 3 TDs in the first quarter and change.
Thorson, good numbers, 154 yards and 3 scores, tying a career high, and we still have plenty of football left to go. Indiana now down just outside their own 5-yard line, trying to get a running game going for the first time today, and they will. Divine Redding falls forward across the 15 for an 11-yard pickup and an Indiana first down.
Yeah, and the leading tackler for the Wildcats, Jalen Prater, had him dead to rights. Good stiff arm by Divine Redding to make a play. That's what Indiana's got to do. In those one-on-one battles right there, Redding on Prater, you've got to win and get yourself back into this football game.
Can't abandon the run because there's so much time left to go in this game. And Redding, with over 1,000 yards in his last 9 games leading into this one. Making a change again at the line as the play clock winds down to 5. And it's Redding again with an escort to the left side. They do a great job of stringing it out. There'll be no gain on the play. Let's go down to a T-Mobile studio update with Mike Hall. On a second down now.
As we see, the boards have changed up a little bit.
This time it's play action. And that roll and throw is effective as Nick Westbrook calls it in. Up to about the 25-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress in a pickup. It's going to leave him about a yard shy of the first down.
It's been interesting. When Richard Lego has rolled out, he's been more accurate than when he's been in the pocket. Usually when a quarterback moves, his accuracy goes down. Not so for Richard Lego today.
Once again, a pretty big third down for Indiana in this spot. And through the middle, it's going to be first down yardage for Divine Redding. Spinning his way out to the 29.
When Indiana needs a big run play, they like to run behind the right side of the line. They've got Brandon Knight, Dan Feeney, and he cuts back to that. Let's see if the ball comes out here.
He was already well down on the play, yep. And he used a very strong right hand to haul it back in. Elbow is down. I believe the hip was down too. Now going up on top, Lego got a man, and all kinds of contact and a flag as Ricky Jones is mugged on his way down that left side.
This is a play they really got Michigan State on a lot. Ricky Jones on the fly route, tough to guard in man coverage.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And Pat Fitzgerald, I want to know where that call was from, so we can look at the ISO on the receiver here. Good coverage. And they're battling. Looks like it was the grab of the left hand on the jersey that actually caused the call on the penalty. He's actually in good position. No grab, it wouldn't have been a penalty. And Lego took a shot and paid for it, but stood in the pocket.
So Marcus McShepard called for the pass interference and a first down for Indiana at their own 44. On play action, Lego stepping up in the pocket. Here it is once again, and the ball knocked away. Great job closing on the ball by McShepard. And once again, a potential big play or touchdown pass, kind of underthrown.
Same thing, underthrown. He has tons of grass to the center of the field, and he's actually got him on his hip. But McShepard's able to step in front because the ball's a little bit underthrown again. Got to lead your receiver into the open field.
Patrick had a step, couldn't haul it in. Lego firing again. This time that's open out to the far side. And it's going to be good for a gain of about 11 yards. Fans don't like where the spot of the football is, but it's going to result in an Indiana first down.
Last 3 plays, you've seen him go after the cornerback Marcus McShepard, a backup. We saw Alonzo Mayo get a little bit nicked up early, going against McShepard. The last 3 plays, they're picking on him a little bit and see if McShepard can respond.
The play was a catch and a first down. Plays under further review.
They're reviewing it. not the catch of the football, but where the football has been placed at the 45-yard line. There was a groan from the crowd here as to whether or not that should have merited first down yardage. Indiana tried to snap it quickly. But they're going to take a look.
So Lego, it looks like he comes down on the 46.
It might have been the 47-yard line.
47.
Catch is made there, and the feet are down shy of the 46-yard line. Let's bring in Dick Honig to take a look.
Well, this is the one interesting situation in which forward progress can be reviewed because it involves the first down stake. And whether it is or not, it's a judgment now situation with the officials. Did he make that yard line? But they placed the ball at the 45-yard line, which really caused the review.
And Donovan Hale came down, and it looked as though he caught the ball at either the 46 or 47-yard line, and no further progress after that.
It looked to me that it was about the 46 and a half. I mean, not to split hairs, but it matters because the first down marker's at the 46-yard line, and his feet come down, it looks to me, closer to the 47 than the 46, and the ball was spotted at the 45.
The one place it's not is the 45.
We know it's not at the 45. The question now is it a first down?
After further review, the forward progress was to the 46-yard line, which was a first down. We put the ball at the 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
That kind of almost splits the difference of what we were talking about.
47, 45, 46.
It is indeed a first down. All it results in is moving the ball back 1 yard. And that's where first down will begin from the 46-yard line.
And Kevin Wilson has some questions about the explanation. Wants it clarified.
It appears he just wants to make sure it is indeed a first down.
That would change the play call a bit if it wasn't a first down.
As opposed to 3rd and inches, yes. 7:51 to go here in the first half, and Indiana in territory they haven't been in a whole lot of this first half of play, which is in Northwestern territory.
And at the top of your screen, they're going to keep going after Marcus McShepard. Ricky Jones is on him now.
On play action, Lego coming back near side. Couldn't be any more open for Timian. And he fires ahead down inside the 40. A couple yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, they high-load Montre Hardage. They had a flooded zone. He had someone deep. They had Mitchell Page deep, and then Luke Timian was shallow.
Yeah, nobody on Page right now. They didn't see it, and now flags all over the field on a running play that's not going to net much. We'll have to wait on the penalty. Page came to the near side, and they had either a linebacker or nobody on him. That wasn't the play call.
It looked like Northwestern got caught lined up in the neutral zone.
Offside. Defense number 90. 5-yard penalty results. First down.
Well, C.J. Robbins called for lining up in the neutral zone, and that offside call results in another Indiana first down.
You see right on the edge there, your defensive end, you got to get your hat and your hand behind the ball, and it looks like his hat, his helmet, is across the line of scrimmage.
So from the 34-yard line, off a high snap, and down the line of scrimmage, Natee's going to get down to the 32-yard line. Robbins making the tackle after a pickup of nearly 3.
To say that Natee's a changeup from Divine Redding's a little bit of an understatement. 270 pounds, former high school quarterback.
And now he'll take the shovel out to the far side, trying to turn the corner. And he'll get inside the 30-yard line. Pushed out of bounds at about the 28.
Adds a different element, a short yardage back. And if you're Indiana, you got to execute in a situation like this, 3rd and 3 with a chance to score.
They're going to throw it. And stop short of the first down is Mitchell Page. At the 25-yard line, he did not have a whole lot of room to move after making the catch. Joseph Jones making a big tackle.
Yeah, Joseph Jones had an injury on his hand earlier, playing with a club today. And it looked like from our vantage that Mitchell Page was going to walk to the first down. Joseph Jones closed great, took the proper angle. It's a huge play now. at 4th and 1.
It's going to be a long one, or maybe two. They're just 1 for 11 on 4th down conversions. That's last in the Big Ten this year. Got to get it down to the 24-yard line. And out of a throwing set, Indiana's going to use their final timeout of the first half. Saw the Northwestern defense not in the set they wanted to be for what is a critical play right now with just under 6 minutes left in the first half. .5:59 to go in the first half. What turns out to be a very big 4th down play for Indiana right now. 26 yards from the end zone, and they've got to keep a drive going, got to put up some points before halftime. It's 4th and almost a full 2. With a man in motion. Lego doesn't have his first option, throws late, and it's going to be short of the first down. Mitchell Page knocked back by Kyle Cairo, and the Northwestern defense is held.
And if you're Mitchell Page, you got to understand it's going to be tight coverage. You got to run that yard up, that route about a yard past the sticks, knowing that your momentum's going to take you back to the football. And he's just too shallow on this run. He came underneath on the crossing route. You see Kyle Cairo made the big stop, and here's the reaction.
A tale of two halves right there. And now Northwestern, another opportunity as Thorson rolls and throws. And he fires well over the top of his intended receiver. He's under some pressure.
Yeah, Chase Dutra came in and knocked the legs out of Thorson. And anytime you can knock the legs out or make the footwork change of a quarterback, you're going to affect the accuracy. Accuracy comes from the legs. You can see he can feel a little bit, and that's why the ball is overthrown a bit.
A second down now for the 26-yard line. All kinds of shuffling in the defense for Indiana. And a quick throw to Justin Jackson. And end up getting 3 yards out to the 29.
Yeah, just like a sweep play, they want to get Jackson the ball in space more rather than just hand the ball up the middle. Thought they had some numbers to get a better gain than 3. Ends up to be a 3rd and 7 now for the Wildcats.
It's a good look.
He's having fun.
And why not?
Got to look out for number 80, Austin Carr. Third from the top, playing way off him.
That's where Thorson's looking right now, and firing incomplete. He threw it behind him. Would have been good enough for the first down out near the 38-yard line. Marcelino Ball was there in coverage, but good throw. You probably moved the sticks.
Yeah, had his matchup on Marcus Oliver, and he sees Marcelino Ball coming from the left side, so he throws it back inside to protect his receiver, but threw it too far inside. Couldn't just put on the numbers, let him get the first down. The drive would have kept going.
No Page back to receive this punt. This should be some decent field position with just over 5 minutes left to go here in the half. And nice Wanderers punt. A pretty good one. Page will receive inside his own 25. Great coverage downfield. Joseph Jones on special teams drops it back at the 20.
Joseph Jones is a special teams catalyst. He was all last year, moved into a starting role this year. But even with the club on his hand, makes the play on Mitchell Page, Joseph Jones.
Northwestern still up big, 21-3 here late in the first half, and Richard Lego's had opportunities to get his team back in the game, but hasn't been able to connect.
He's had open receivers. We see him overshoot Nick Westbrook right here. He underthrows a deep ball, lets the defender step in front. Probably the most obvious one we saw all half was Luke Timian running scot-free down the middle of the field, underthrew him, and Montre Hardens was able to catch up and get a pick. Richard Lego has to be more accurate than he's been.
Working from his own 20-yard line, and they run to the near side. Not going to net much for Divine Redding. He'll get a couple out to the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate.
If Adio Denabo didn't make the play, but made Divine Redding bounce it some more and only gets a 2-yard gain.
Back to the no huddle. This has been effective for Indiana. That's right off the hands of Nick Westbrook, who was open, but couldn't make the adjustment to the ball out at the 30.
All about timing, all about rhythm. He threw that ball before Westbrook had turned around. That's exactly when you want to throw it. Just off the hands of Westbrook, you got to catch that ball in between coverage. Probably one of the better balls we've seen throw all day.
On third down, rush coming, gets away, and he's going to run. He's going to end up short of first down yardage. Adenabo was there, and so was Nate Hall when they stop him about a yard shy of the 29.
Disciplined play by Afadio Denabo. He's a defensive lineman, and he's playing coverage. Whenever you see a quarterback run at you, your instinct is to go attack. But if he did that, he would have left Westbrook open right at the sticks for the first down. Instead, he stopped. He held his ground, waited till Lego crossed line of scrimmage and attacked. 4th and 1 punt.
There's a frustrated offensive sideline right now for Indiana. They have not been able to really get anything going in this game. And Flynn Nagel's now going to get an opportunity to return a punt. Not a good one. Wow. As it turns out, it gets a great bounce for Indiana, and it'll be down at the 29-yard line. 42 yards, no return.
Plenty of time for the Wildcats to score. 3:39 left, 2 timeouts.
Our Big Ten triple header continues next. Jabril Peppers and number 3 Wolverines take on the Fighting Illini. Then in primetime, Maryland plays host to Michigan State. Coverage starts after our game on BTN and streaming live on BTN to go. It's a very good Michigan football team, sitting now at number 3 in the country. There's the jet sweep again. It's Solomon Vaught. It is buried at the line or behind the line of scrimmage by Marcus Oliver.
Yeah, Marcus Oliver sniffed that out real well. Had a beat on it from the get-go. Marcus Oliver, a very underrated linebacker, has played well thus far halfway through the season.
He's showing blitz right now, right over the top of the center, and they are coming. Thorson's throw is caught, and Carr is on the run into Indiana territory and down inside the 40-yard line all the way to the 34.
So they brought linebackers, but dropped defensive linemen, and Greg Goots got matched up on Austin Carr. That's the matchup you want, defensive lineman on your best receiver, and he said not that bad a coverage, just misses it. But Carr breaks free for the big play.
36 yards in all, and now they are in business at the Indiana 34-yard line. Thorson out of the shotgun again. Throwing up on top, and nothing there. That was a miscommunication about where he was going and where Carr was running the route.
So Carr has the option, exactly like you said, Scott, to run the corner route to the corner of the end zone, which is the route that Clayton Thorson threw. But Carr ran the deep out route. You can see the numbers for Carr, though. Over 100 yards receiving and a TD already. And he's already leading the Big Ten in receiving yards and TDs.
And yards per game, he's over that in less than one half a play. And he's got another catch with a blocker in front of him. Sliding inside the 25 and all the way down here to the 22-yard line for 12 more yards and another first down.
The Northwestern receivers are schooling the defensive backs from Indiana as far as blocking goes. So can't get off the blocks, the Northwestern receivers leads to plays like that.
Call that 11 yards on the pickup. A first down nonetheless. And Thorson throwing again. That is incomplete. That had the ability to be a spectacular catch for Cameron Green, who had his second reception of the year earlier in this game. Couldn't quite bring it in.
Now this is the throw that makes Clayton Thorson unique. You see the juice he has on that ball in a deep out route and gives Cameron Green a chance to make a play. If he can bring it down, that would have been a catch. He got his foot in, and that's why Clayton Thorson is unique. He has arm strength that's uncommon for quarterbacks at this level.
Clock stopped, 2:26 to go. There are 2 timeouts for the Wildcats, so they have plenty of room to operate now. Try to expand this lead. And Thorson's going to hand it off. And another run around the outside as Jackson showed good patience, waiting to turn the corner for a pickup of 6 yards down to the 16.
Something that's unique about Northwestern's offense is they love to pull their center, Brad North. And the edge has been secured by the tackles, Blake Hansen, Eric Olson. They've secured the edge, and Jackson has waited for North just really to caravan him all the way to 8-9 yard gains all day long.
That one actually is a gain of 7, so a third down and about 3 to go. Clock running as we come up on 2 minutes left in the half. Thorson operating out of the shotgun. A little bit of time once again, and firing incomplete. Once again, the intended receiver was Green, but Jonathan Crawford, a good job of closing on the ball right through the receiver as it falls incomplete.
It's a good job of slide stepping by Clayton Thorson to buy time. But if you're going to throw late, don't throw over the middle and look at your receiver. Crawford again reads the eyes and breaks, and Green can't come up with it. As you can see, Thorson took a shot afterward. You can see the right arm of Crawford.
Looked like a 33-yard field goal attempt, and now they are lining up to run a play on 4th down. It's there, and it's incomplete. going with that play, and they were running that play regardless of which way this one went. And there is a emotional uplift for Indiana as the trick play gets turned away.
Northwestern going for a nail in the proverbial coffin early in the game, trying to get up 28-3.
Matt McCucci was throwing that ball one way or another. He made the decision that that ball was being thrown.
And he knew where he wanted to go with it. The man was covered, but he still threw it. As you can see right here, he's looking for Prather down the field, the superback. Not even close.
So what can Indiana do with this now? They've got no timeouts left as they take over at their own 16-yard line, down by 18 points. You wanted an emotional lift, you got it. Now you try to pay it off on offense. Lego. Swing pass took a long time to develop, but Redding dances out of bounds. Positive yardage out to the 19.
And the key thing for Indiana is you want to at least get one first down. There's still 2 timeouts for Northwestern. Plenty of time if they were to get a stop to march down and put some more points up.
Hoosiers offense has been a calling card for them the last several years. Hasn't quite caught up this season. And Redding spun down out across the 23-yard line after 3 more. So third down coming up now. The clock running with under a minute and a half left. And we got an injured player, and that is going to stop the clock.
It's a break for Indiana as it stops the clock. They can talk about what they want on this third down.
They're trying to get a read. It looks like that's Nate Hall. Slow to get up. Just inside the 23-yard line.
Listed as a reserve, but has played significant playing time at linebacker and has played well.
His opportunity last year when Jalen Prater went down and started the last 4 games of the season. Redshirt sophomore. He's up under his own power, and he'll come off before this third down play coming up.
Well, on third down, Indiana loves to go after Mitchell Page. Mitchell Page is kind of their possession receiver, leads them in receptions. They want to get him lined up in a situation, in a matchup that's favorable, and it's really Richard Lego's comfort zone to hit Mitchell Page on a third down for a conversion.
Don't forget the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report coming up. Just 1:25 left here in this first half. So third down now. Got to get it out to the 26-yard line to move the sticks. A fumble with the football and a late and errant throw on a play that was going to get him a first down. They just once again could not get on the same page.
And they motioned Mitchell Page.
No pun intended.
And they motioned Mitchell Page to get the matchup they want. That play's all on timing. So when you bobble the snap, your timing's completely off, and it leads to the third down not being converted because it's a bad ball. And Kevin Wilson says, buddy, Richard, we got to have you catch the snap first and foremost, then complete the ball to Mitchell Page. We had the right call.
Oh, he had blockers in front of him. It was the right play, and it was going to go for a first down and a lot more if the pass was completed. And now, Glenn Nagel will make a fair catch just inside the 40-yard line, and he got 1:06 to go in a pair of timeouts. Northwestern, in theory, could get on the board again before halftime.
Absolutely. If you're Pat Fitzgerald, you're going to try to get some points, not just a field goal, but a touchdown, as evidenced by faking the field goal last drive. He knows the power of Kevin Wilson's offense when it really gets going. He's got to get more points on the board, he thinks, and wants to finish the half strong.
Bennett Skronik limping off the field at the end of that punt. The basically 6 wide receivers that Northwestern uses in rotation. Freshman out of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
One of their bigger wide receivers, it gives them some length they don't have in other areas. And if you're Indiana, this isn't a team that has not started all that great in football games. Didn't start well against Nebraska and didn't start well today at all, obviously, evidenced by the 21-3 start. You've got to figure that out. It puts a lot of pressure on your defense to get stops when you're down 17 points. Rather 18 points.
They tried to come roaring back in that game against Nebraska, and had they gotten a defensive hold late in the game, they might have had an opportunity to go down and win it. As it turns out right now, Andrew Scanlon, a quick look in, is going to get about 8 yards out to the 47. 7 yards, call it. And the clock running. We're under 50 seconds left to go here in the first half. Dorson's got time, throwing again, and that's going to be first down yardage and out of bounds to stop the clock as it's Scanlon on back-to-back plays.
There's that deep out route we talk about, one of their favorite combinations. Usually see Austin Carr run it. There it's Scanlon, and now they're in business. 40 seconds to go, 2 timeouts at the 37-yard line.
Indiana's defense looked like they were in disarray once again, but this ball is thrown kind of like a bar of soap. Well over the head of the intended receiver, Solomon Ball, stopping the clock with 35 seconds left in the half.
So you pretty much know that you've taken up all the time, so Indiana's not going to have a chance to score, so the playbook's wide open. Even a run play or a short pass, when you've got a guy like Justin Jackson and 2 timeouts.
Three receivers up on top. Not sure that Indiana's got that covered. Thorson, wide open receiver, elects not to go the short route. He's going to keep it himself and run as he dances out of bounds with a first down out of the 26. Crowd wanted to see a flag as there was a lot of activity falling to the ground after that hit was made, but I believe the hit started inbound.
I think that was a good call as he rolls out. He tells Macon Wilson to make the block on Marcelino Ball, and I think that's a good call. I mean, he was leaving his feet as Clayton Thorson was going out of bounds. It's a first down for the Wildcats.
Thorson decided not to throw it to Wilson, who was literally wide open inside the 30-yard line, but he runs it himself, and now you've got 26 seconds left here in the half. A little bit of movement, no flag. Thorson throwing that deep out again, and it's Nagel dancing out of bounds inside the 15, down at the 12-yard line for another Northwestern first down.
And that route's ideal for a 2-minute situation because it leads the receiver to be out of bounds. If it's perfectly thrown, very, very hard to defend. We've seen him hit Austin Carr, we've seen him hit Andrew Scanlon, and there Flynn Nagel. That's a route that is a staple in the offense, and now you've got Austin Carr lined up at the number 3 receiver position with a matchup that looks favorable. You might look for him, the 3rd receiver from the top of your screen.
I think with 2 timeouts here, you just put Jackson back in the backfield. Would not be surprised at all for them to run it, but they don't. Thorson up on top. Errant throw nearly picked off. That was an interception waiting to happen, and that is just abject disappointment on the outside. An opportunity as Carr ended up breaking up the potential interception.
Yeah, Thorson misread the coverage. He thinks it's man-to-man, but it's not. Fant drops off. He never saw Rashard Fant in the picture. He thought he had Marcus Oliver, had Austin Carr had beat Marcus Oliver for the touchdown, but Fant drops into the zone, says, I know the deep corner's coming. That should have been a pick. Good job playing defense by Carr.
Well, it keeps the possibility of a score alive with 15 seconds now left to go here in the half. Thorson looking, nothing there. Trying to keep it alive, and now throws. He's got a man, and it's complete. Solomon Ball just to the football down inside the 5-yard line. He's very close to a first down. There's 8 seconds now left here to go in the half, and Northwestern will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
Yeah, that's a smart play by, rather smart call by head coach Pat Fitzgerald, because when they reset the chains and run it, obviously the clock will run. You've got 2 timeouts. Work it. This gives you the run-pass option still. You probably got 2 plays. And you can do what you want.
It was a good adjustment by Solomon Ball to his open, but had to kind of turn around mid-run just to haul that ball in.
We talked to offensive coordinator Mick McCall. One thing he said that Clayton Thorson has improved in is slide stepping in the pocket, buying some time and delivering an accurate throw. There we saw him buy time, slide step. Wasn't that accurate, but solo, Solomon Ball was able to make the play. Behind him, if that's in stride, that's a touchdown. Still a first down.
Saw Flynn Nagel with the reaction. Wait a minute, I had this guy out of the way. He's got the ball in his hand. How come we're not in the end zone? But It was the errant throw that kept him from getting there. Don't forget, the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report coming up just a few moments from right now. First and goal from the 2-yard line, and because of the timeout, they have an opportunity potentially to run 2 plays here if they don't get it on the first one.
You've got to think run either to Justin Jackson or the quarterback run.
Jackson is set up in a slot to start, and now he will move back into the backfield. And it's Jackson powering ahead, not going to get there. He's knocked back right at the line of scrimmage. And with 4 seconds to go in the half, Northwestern will use their final timeout. He's calling the field goal unit onto the field. They're not even going to take the other shot at the end zone.
Just a basic dive play in the middle, and it was totally sniffed out. Up front, really, Marcelino Ball was unable to be blocked, made a little bit of a difference, but really Marcus Oliver
and Patrick Doherty, both of them converging on the ball carrier. So that's kind of a win for Indiana, assuming that Northwestern is settling for the field goal here, and they're not going to pull something else out of the bag of tricks.
Well, you'd think it'd make more sense to actually fake the field goal now than it would previously, but you've already shown your fake. You'd assume you're just going to go for the 3 points and be okay if they make it with being up 3 touchdowns going into the half.
Jack Mitchell 3 out of 6 this year. Senior basically kicking what is just inside an extra point attempt. This is officially going to be a 19-yard field goal attempt. What will be the final play of this first half. And that one is good. So for the Wildcats, a very good, if not quite perfect first half. And Indiana is going to go to the locker room trailing by 21 at the break.
And it could have been a lot more than that. They made some stops in the red zone right there, and on the previous drive by Northwestern, they're lucky to only be down 21 with the way they've been outplayed offensively and defensively.
It has been a emotional and very active first half of play. The home team on top, 24-3 as we head to the break here in Evanston.
Streak alive. The Badgers had the ball and a 3-point lead with 49 seconds to play when Eric Collier recovered a fumble to give the Cats second life. 2 plays later, Wayne Bates caught a 20-yard touchdown pass to lift NWU to victory. After Abbott, Gerald Conway, Darren Drexler, Jeff Dyra, Matt Fortenwalt, Brian Frederick, all Big Ten linebacker, Perry Gardner, Graham Knaus, Ty Cooch, Larry Guess, Brian Hemerly, Daryl Hodge, Don Holmes, Paul Janis, Shannon Jones, video coordinator Greg Julin, Josh Kolar, Mark Papadula, Chris Leader, Preston Lex, Pete Wazowski, Doug McLeod, Jason Mattiau, Jim McCaffrey, Mike McGrew, Ian Miller, Tucker Morrison, Brian Musso, Scott Musso, Michael Nelson, Sean Offenbacher, Joe Reed, all Big Ten defensive linemen, Matt Rice, Jason Ross, Tim Sharp, all Big Ten quarterbacks, Steve Schnurr, Zach Sidwell, Luke Silverman, Asani Steele, Matt Stewart, Nathan Strick, Derek Thompson, Mark Promptiel, Team Dentist Dr. Richard Todd, Jason Wendland, Fred Wilkerson, also representing the late Bobby Russ, his mother Patty, and his sister Brandy Thomas Russ. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1996 Big Ten football champion for
Hey Mike, just checking play-by-play. I sure do. All right, go to color. Hey, color. All right, you still happy with this headset? You want me to put on another one? I switch it out with the spare. Yeah, it was just a little different, right? Okay. Okay, cool. Dig it. No problem.
Honoring a special team from 1996, 20 years ago now, the back-to-back Big Ten titles for the Northwestern Wildcats. Right now, the Big Ten co-champions honored out on the field here in Evanston. The current team, well, they're doing just fine as well here in the first half of our ball game today because Northwestern did a great job offensively. They were efficient throughout the entire of the first half, and they really never let Indiana in the game.
Yeah, dominant on both sides of the ball. You know, Indiana's been known for its defense this year, but looks sluggish, especially in that first quarter, as Northwestern pretty much did whatever they wanted to do.
Started with the quarterback, and it went through his playmakers as well throughout that entire of the first half, and they were making plays literally from the get-go.
Yeah, we talked about their three playmakers, and Clayton Thurston is the distributor to all of them as he hit Solomon Vault for the first touchdown of the game, and Macon Wilson, he split the defenders. He's been accurate and on point, and then the workhorse, Justin Jackson. What a compliment to a passing game from Thorson. And one thing I love about Jackson, he never goes down on first contact. He's a guy that not only can run the ball, but can catch the ball out of the backfield, has tremendous balance. And then you compliment him with a weapon on the outside in Austin Carr, who's got phenomenal hands, has had matchup problems, given matchup problems to Indiana all game long, and he can do a lot. He can catch short passes, he can catch long touchdown passes, he's ran by defenders, and he also might play defensive back, as we saw on this play. It was going to be an interception. Rashard Fant had it dead and right, and Carr made the play on the ball to make it a pass breakup.
Well, looking back at that first half, the total yards, eye-popping. 21 first downs, 371 yards, and a time of possession of 18-18.
Well, it's hard to find an offensive stat sheet that would look better for that for 30 minutes of play. And if you're Indiana, really uncharacteristic, especially in the pass yards. They've thrown the ball for a lot of yards this season, but they just haven't had the ball that much, and they've been dominated at the line of scrimmage.
So Northwestern, a totally dominant first half on this beautiful autumn day here in Evanston. Got second half action on the way coming up next.